Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for tuning in. We have a lot to talk about. And to my super chat, thank you so very much. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year. There's so much going on that isn't addressed by the media. And it's not addressed because it doesn't fit with the narrative. The narrative is that, well, Trump is going to be indicted any time now, and oh my goodness, and Mueller is right after him, and the Mueller probe, and all this and all that nonsense. And ladies and gentlemen, they've asked for a special counsel. So the Mueller investigation right now is winding down. It's winding down, and it's going to amount to really nothing but oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, a wonderful, wonderful, I'm glad I got this message before I left Twitter, and I'm going to do so. I know that one of my amazing viewers, Kristen J, doesn't want me to, but you can always contact me at Contact Goodman78. And Kristen J, thanks for always watching, and thank you for your support and you know, just always watching. I think I'm just gonna go ahead later on during this live stream and deactivate my Twitter live via live stream. It's gonna be fantastic. But there's a really, really great a dramatic TV series providing a platform for veterans to submit their real stories for content consideration for shows. It's heroicepisodes.org. And just follow that if you're a veteran at Heroic Episodes. A really cool gentleman, Louis DeSilvio, contacted me, and it's an upcoming TV series, and it's called Heroic Episodes. If you're a veteran, you can just contact at Heroic Episodes, and it's a dramatic TV series providing a platform for veterans to submit their real stories for content consideration for shows episodes. So follow them on Twitter if you're still on Twitter. I am not. I won't be for very long. I had my tweet storm. I think it's cool that people are still following. People decided to follow me. I'm deactivating my Twitter very soon. Is this thing on? That's right. I'm wondering if this thing is on. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's start off with lawyer for Russian troll farm indicted. So, it's hilarious. It's gotten to comedic levels. Real Justice Department veteran emerges as Mueller's top courtroom adversary. So Robert Mueller is investigating a phantom. Trump did not work with Russia to create Facebook ads. He didn't need to. He didn't need to. In 2015, I said Clinton could not win. I said she couldn't win swing states. I wrote this in the Huffington Post, The Hill, Salon. I said she would lose to Trump. I said that numerous times. I wrote that numerous times. Now, once she lost, they needed an excuse. So then they blamed Russian Facebook ads. They never explained how efficient or how effective these Facebook ads were. They never explained the number of people in swing states that voted based on these Facebook ads or Twitter trolls. This is a Washington Times article. A former federal prosecutor has emerged as special counsel Robert Mueller's most persistent courtroom critic. It's not Rudolph W. Giuliani, a former U.S. attorney and now President Trump's ubiquitous defender, or any of cable TV's prosecutors turned pundits. It's Eric A. Dubelier, a litigator for Reed Smith Law Firm. This guy's awesome. Who knows international law in the D.C. playing field? The D.C. playing field. He served 8 years as prosecuting cases as a Justice Department assistant U.S. attorney in Washington. He refers to his former employers as the real Justice Department, implying that Mr. Mueller's team is something less. I love it. His biting remarks have come in months of court filings and oral arguments. Mr. de Bellier has depicted Mr. Mueller as a rogue prosecutor willfully ignoring Justice Department guidelines, which is true. He has accused Mr. Mueller of creating make-believe crimes, a make-believe crime against his Russian client, Concord Management and Consulting, which is accused of funding a troll farm that interfered in the 2016 election. We don't even know if they interfered. We have no clue how many people looked at these ads. Now, you can look at the marketing from Facebook. Oh, well, you know, according to the metrics, according to the algorithm, millions of people saw the ads. But that ignores the reality of Facebook and Twitter. When you're on Facebook, when you're on Twitter, just because something scrolls up on your screen doesn't mean you interact with it. How many interactions? How many times did someone actually click on the ad? That's the issue. How many times did someone click on the ad? All right, so they didn't click on the ad. That's the problem. That's the real problem. If you're just saying that, well, you know, it reached a lot of people, that's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough to say, well, it reached a lot of people and therefore it influenced the election. How many people did it reach? How many people in swing states? How many people in Michigan and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin and Florida and Ohio? How many people? We don't know. That's the problem. That's why Mueller is, when you just use basic logic in a court of law, if the Russians did something illegal, what about Facebook for accepting the money? If this was, for example, Gab, they would be implicated. But it's Zuckerberg, so he goes into Congress and everyone, you know, embraces his derriere. The question is, how many people were actually influenced? Which ads did the most damage? Because they're all absurd, or they're all reinforcing existing sentiments. But if the sentiments already exist, the assumption there is that those ads swung a Hillary voter and turned that Hillary voter into a Trump voter, or gave a Trump voter the extra push needed to go and vote. That never happened. This is a fantasy of Joe Scarborough and MSNBC and Mueller and Rosenstein and all of these people. James Comey and Peter Strzok and James Clapper and John Brennan fabricated all of this because there's no evidence. Thank you, Kate Kenward. Thank you. There's no evidence for any of this. There's absolutely no evidence to suggest or even to justify not only a special counsel, but there's no evidence to say, oh, well, you know, these things took place. Because we don't have data on how many votes were altered. We have no data on how many votes were altered. We have no data on how many votes you know, went to Trump because of these Facebook ads. But here, he has accused Mr. Mueller of creating a make-believe crime. That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. So far, the federal judge presiding over the case has sided with Mr. Mueller. Well, that's not hilarious. But I'm wondering what crime they committed. Mr. de Bellier charged that the Mueller team violated the confidentiality of Concord's counter of evidence while hiding documents Concord needed for its defense. The prosecutors wanted to whisper secrets to the judge, Mr. de Bellier says, as Mr. Mueller is calculating a short-term political value of a conviction and not worrying about an appeals court defeat years later. An example, a December 20th motion, Mr. DeBellier resurrected a botched case spearheaded by Mr. Mueller's top prosecutor, Andrew Weissman. Mr. Weissman headed the Justice Department's Enron task force nearly 2 decades ago. He won a conviction against the accounting firm Arthur Andersen for shredding the defunct energy firm's financial documents. Years later, the Supreme Court unanimously reversed the conviction. The 2005 decision effectively said that Andersen, by then out of business and its 28,000 employees gone, hadn't committed a crime. This is Mueller's top attack guy. Mr. DeBellier is exactly right on Mr. Mueller's motives and tactics, says Sidney Powell, whose book, License to Lie, exposes the years of Justice Department scandals. And it's interesting how they don't go after Clinton with such zest and zeal and enthusiasm. Why? His lieutenant, Weissman, is the poster boy for prosecutorial misconduct, has no regard for the facts of the law. He will make up whatever he wants to win, and the entire like-minded team views an accomplishment everyone whose life they destroyed in pursuit of their objective. It views it as an accomplishment so everyone whose life they destroy. So how is it that Clinton and Uma and all of them and Brian Pagliano haven't gotten caught up in the Justice Department meat grinder? Mueller is like a meat grinder. Annabomb 31458. Thank you. Annabomb 31458. Thank you as always. If we get more people on here, I will delete the account live. It's not really anything special. I just, hit a little button and deactivates the account. But made up crimes to fake the facts. Concord Management and Consulting is an unlikely client. Legal observers opine that when Mr. Mueller brought charges against various Russians who hacked computers, we have no clue if they hacked computers. We have no clue. There's no evidence. The evidence is from CrowdStrike. You would need to get CrowdStrike executives. How on earth could you say that something is a fact when you have no evidence to make it a fact? It is not a fact when a third-party tech firm states that servers were hacked. Simply saying that CrowdStrike looked at the servers doesn't mean it's hacked. CrowdStrike was paid by Hillary Clinton. She funneled money through her law firm. So just because, why didn't they get an RNC company? The United States government does not know. That's why the NSA is only moderately confident. They never looked at the DNC servers. They never looked at DNC servers. They never touched DNC servers. The only entity stating that the only entity that looked at DNC servers was CrowdStrike, and CrowdStrike was paid by Hillary Clinton and the DNC. So why on earth should we trust CrowdStrike? They're the ones who gave images and copies of images and pictures of the servers to the United States government. Why the intermediary? Concord Management and Consulting. Okay, legal observers opine that when Mr. Mueller brought charges against various Russians who hacked computers, we have no idea, and trolled the 2016 election. No defendant would travel nearly 5,000 miles to show up for trial. No defendant has personally arrived, but Concord did appear quickly after the February indictment of 28 Russians, individuals, and firms charged in the election interference by election interference. How did they interfere? How many votes were altered? What a dumb euphemism. Only Concord has appeared in U.S. District Court in this instance in the person of the aggressive Mr. DeBellier. This guy is awesome. DeBellier is awesome. Of course it's a made-up crime. Of course it's a made-up crime. They have nothing. They have absolutely nothing. And you try to tell this to people, I try to tell this to people, and it they don't get it. They don't get it. It is so they just don't care. And I have friends who believe this nonsense. That's why Trump has to create a special counsel. He must. He must. He must create a special counsel. A special counsel is what's needed. You cannot rely on the Justice Department because 2 years of a Republican House, they did almost nothing. I mean, yes, they did what they could. Exactly, McFits, exactly. But ladies and gentlemen, they have no, they have, it is not a fact that DNC servers were hacked. They have no evidence. The evidence is from CrowdStrike, not from the United States government. The FBI, the CIA, the NSA have a $35 billion budget. CrowdStrike was paid billions of dollars funneled through Clinton's law firm specifically to look at DNC servers and say, oh, look, the DNC was hacked. Why should we trust CrowdStrike? Why should we trust any tech firm hired by a political organization? That is complete, that's absurd. You wouldn't trust the RNC. If the RNC said, we were hacked, how do we know? Because we went to the Geek Squad at Best Buy and we paid them, and Best Buy said, oh, yeah, we were hacked. Nobody would allow that. The sheep will follow. Mueller is living above the law. The aggression will not stand. The aggression will not stand, man. The sheep will follow. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. Soon, the probe will end soon, and it'll be hilarious to see that. It'll be actually really hilarious to see that. All of this will lead to just a dumb report. Oh, is that a quote from the Lost Boys? I don't know what I'm talking about. The sheep will follow. Thank you. So then it goes on to say, in a separate case, Mr. Mueller brought charges against 12 Russian intelligence officers for hacking Democratic computers. Based on what evidence? Not United States intelligence community evidence. No. Concord is accused of elaborate conspiracy. It's elaborate. Oh my God, it's so elaborate. What did they do? With another Russian operation, the Internet Research Agency. The indictment accused Concord of providing a troll farm $1.2 million monthly to defraud the U.S. Okay. Just because what? They're so afraid of Hillary. Even though Hillary was on the Committee on Foreign Investment. Then here's the rebuttal. She didn't know what was going on. Really? She didn't know there was a uranium cell. Oh, okay. She didn't know that Uranium One's CEO gave money to the Clinton Foundation. Oh, okay. She didn't know that transferring top secret intelligence onto her server was illegal. She didn't know that the Steele dossier would produce would produce dirt on Trump. She didn't know that CrowdStrike would find that the DNC servers were hacked. This is so stupid. It's so obvious. That's why you need to watch this channel. I'm one of the few voices out there. We can just bang our heads on the wall together. The two firms set up fake personas and false Twitter accounts. Oh my God. Oh my God. Fake personas and false Twitter accounts. Fake Facebook ads and other social media posts mostly to disparage Hillary Clinton and support Donald Trump. No, most of the ads were seen after the election. And of the ads, half of them were disparaging Trump. In fact, Michael Moore went to an anti-Trump rally because of one of the ads. In a separate case, Mr. Mueller brought charges against 12 Russian intelligence officers for hacking the Democratic computers. Based on what evidence? Do we have any evidence aside from CrowdStrike? Based on what evidence? Based on what evidence? Oh, the Big Lebowski. Okay. Oh, that's right. The Big Lebowski. Yes. 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 The Big Lebowski. One of H.A.'s favorites. Along with Step Brothers, Spaceballs, and other great cinematic breakthroughs. Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, anything Mel Brooks. 80s movies too. Love 80s movies. That's why in this case, the special counsel made up a crime to fit the facts they have, Mr. DeBellier said. This is so awesome. And that's the fundamental danger with the entire special counsel concept, that they operate outside the parameters of the Justice Department. Where's Mr. Trump? Where's President Trump's special counsel to operate outside the parameters and get the political opponents who want to end his tenure in office? Where is this? You don't need political will, really. You have Matthew Whitaker. Now's the time to act. Now, he brought home Americans from perpetual conflict. I love Trump for that. Close to 10,000. I love Trump for that. He is the greatest president of my lifetime just for that alone. And people are like, he's the worst president ever. Why? Because he's presiding over peace between North and South Korea? It's like they don't even understand. They don't get it. That they operate outside the parameters of the Justice Department in a way that is absolutely inconsistent and with the consistent behavior of the Department of Justice in the last 30 years. Mr. DeBellier lost that argument with the U.S. District Judge Dabney Friedrich, who rejected his bid to dismiss the case. But he wasn't done. There is an ongoing battle over Concord's access to sensitive evidence. Well, how can you just say that there's evidence that the court can, that only the judge can see, but nobody else can see? Evidence that Mr. Mueller won't let its officers see because they are Russians with ties to Putin. Oh my God. Mr. DeBellier has expressed exasperation. This equates to the burden of preparing for a trial without any ability to discuss the evidence with the client who is to be put on trial. This has never happened before in a reported case law because the notion is too ludicrous to contemplate. And that's why you tuned in. And that's why this segment and this lawyer is so important. This guy DeBellier is like my new hero. This has never happened before in a reported case law. In the history of Western civilization and legal history. Because the notion is too ludicrous to contemplate. Of course it's too ludicrous to contemplate. You're not dealing with the sharpest tools in the shed. Everyone's like, Mueller is a great defense attorney. He's really looking at everything. Well, where's the crime? Where's the crime? Clinton transferred top secret intel. Are we really talking about Clinton's emails? Yeah, we are. Because she transferred top secret intelligence outside of the United States government and her server was hacked by the world. That's why. Yeah, that's why. This equates to the burden of preparing for trial. Okay, so what Mr. Mueller has turned over is often irrelevant to mounting a defense, such as promotion emails for airlines and personal selfie photographs. The special counsel is keeping most relevant information from between himself and Judge Friedrich, excluding Mr. DeBellier. Why no probe of dossier writer? Mr. Mueller won the argument over sensitive material. Are you kidding? How can the court? He now wants to hold closed sessions with a judge over classified information, again without Mr. DeBellier. How can you do this? You hide behind classified. This is the same as the FISA warrant. Of course it's going to be overturned. You can't hide behind classified intelligence. Meanwhile, Clinton transferred it. You can't hide this. This is not, you can't do this in a court of law. You have no idea if Peter Strzok is the guy behind finding out any classified intelligence Mueller is using. Mr. DeBellier responded in a December 27th filing. The special counsel has made up a crime that's never been prosecuted before in the history of the United States. Of course not. And now seeks to set up secret procedures for communicating ex parte, meaning no defense counsel present, to the court, which has never been employed in any reported criminal case not involving classified discovery. They literally have to rewrite legal history to get this done. And even then, it's absurd. The defense attorney admitted the motion is likely fruitless because Judge Friedrich previously had ruled against Concord. Many documents are in Russian, a culturally different language than English. One Russian word, Mr. Bellier said, can be translated into English words chief, boss, or chef, a distinction that is critically important since international media often refers to Mr. Prigozhin as Putin's chef. On another matter, Mr. Bellier is accusing Mueller's team of skullduggery. Judge Friedrich last summer approved the prosecutor's request for a firewall counsel to review evidence for its national security implications. What national security? How do you link the DNC to national security? How do you link the DNC to national security? It makes no sense at all. It makes no sense at all. So again, this is like ridiculous, like absurd. The whole thing is absurd. And they still, hello, Denise T. Hello, Bud Drake. And they still don't really have anything. They have nothing. They have absolutely nothing. No laws were broken, no pay to play, no money trail, no nothing. Absolutely nothing. The Mueller team argued discovery in this case contains sensitive information about investigative techniques. Oh, here we go. Really? What kind of investigative techniques? This is so amazing. What kind? You mean funneling money through your law firm to pay for CrowdStrike and the Steele dossier? This is so important. So, investigative techniques by having Peter Strzok say we'll stop Trump. This is a circus that everyone knows is taking place. And if the levers of the government, if the full weight, the power, the influence of government was used against Democrats the way it's being used against Trump, you would not, it would be, oh my God, Trump's a tyrant. Our country is going to dissolve. Sky is falling. We should all run full steam off a cliff in protest. Discovery in this case, the Mueller team argued, discovery in this case contains sensitive information about investigative techniques and cooperating witnesses that go well beyond the information that will be disclosed at trial. What? Information within this case's discovery identifies sources, methods. Here we go with the sources and methods. It's all nonsense. There are no sources and methods here. The sources were paid by Clinton. The methods are shoddy and will be very likely overturned no matter what happens. And techniques used to identify the foreign actors behind these interference operations. They're not interference operations because you don't even know if they interfered. You're blaming that because you lost. The government has particularized concerns about discovery in this case being disclosed to Russian intelligence services. Guess what? They already hacked Clinton's emails. And why? Because her server was unencrypted for 6 months. That's why. Exactly. Extinction ritual. Totally awesome techniques you've never heard before. Oh my God. So it's like this is getting more absurd. See, they don't want to end the Mueller probe, so what they're doing is they're just trying to hold out. They're trying to hold out. Don't you understand? They're trying to continue the Mueller probe. They're trying to just simply hold out. Can we churn this a little bit more? What can we do? Because after the Mueller probe, then Democrats have to govern. And they're not going to pass any legislation their voters voted for. They want Medicare for all. You think Pelosi's going to Medicare for all? No, never. Mr. Mueller says that as long as Mr. Prigozhin, whom the U.S. sanctioned and then indicted for election interference, remains in Russia, he isn't entitled to see sensitive evidence. Yeah, right. So he should come here, get arrested, then he can see the sensitive evidence. Wow. Robert Mueller is a dark point in American history. This is a guy who should never have been appointed in a special counsel. And this lawyer, DeBellier, is awesome. because this is a Washington Times article. Real Justice Department veteran emerges as Mueller's top courtroom adversary. And this is Giuliani. Mueller team justifies doing anything because they think Trump is a monster. It's true. They don't care. They just don't care. They just want I'm not saying Weissman needs to go to a psychiatrist, Giuliani stated, but some of them are overwrought. And they tend to justify anything they do as okay because they see Trump as some kind of monster, which is ridiculous. Look, this is not about national security. This has always been. Thank you, Awake Canadian. Thank you. When I hit 500, I will delete the account live on live stream. You'll never see me again, Twitter. Exactly. The lawyers should ask for DNC servers. The DNC servers were never given to the United States government. The classified information regarding this is not even classified. It's ridiculous. It's nonsense. Now let's talk about something. So this guy DeBellier is the man. But now let's talk about, this is the other day, well, earlier on this month, or last month, Clinton Foundation whistleblowers have come forward with hundreds of pages of evidence. You think Huber cared? I thought we were supposed to trust Huber and Sessions. We needed a special counsel, not some dummy appointed by another dummy in Sessions. We needed a special counsel, okay? We needed a special counsel, ladies and gentlemen. This is Fox News. 3 people have come forward with hundreds of pages of evidence of potential wrongdoing. Now, these are legal statutes, RICO laws, bribery, pay to play. There's legal statutes. This is national security, Haiti, weapons deal scandals that David Sirota broke, Uranium One, UBS, with tax evasion, all of these things. 85 donors giving $156 million, according to the Associated Press, and Vox was like, oh, that's no problem. And when I was on the left, I brought this up, and everyone was like, how dare you, HA? You need to burn in the depths of Hades. I was like the kid at the dinner table who was like, you cheated on mom. At Thanksgiving dinner or Thanksgiving whatever, lunch. And when I was on the left, I was like, but this happened, but that happened. But don't you care about this? Everyone's like, shut up. Be quiet. You're a horrible person. You're a horrible, horrible, horrible human being. You are helping Trump. Oh, my God. You should be silenced. You should be silenced. One lost dude. Okay. Hi, can you believe they're telling people to trust me? Yeah, it's called 24chan, 8chan, 9chan. Yeah. I don't know. All I know is the anime is unbelievable. I mean, I'm looking at pictures. I can't even tell you. I can't get any work done. I don't know. I have viruses on my computer now. I have 1,000 different viruses from H. They think that, I don't know. They think that military intel is going through this website. Well, I don't know how it's through riddles. Who walks with 2 legs when they're young, and 4 legs when they're middle age, and 7 legs when they're older? I don't know. I have no clue. Yeah. I don't know. Why couldn't why is the Statue of Liberty standing? Because she's in a harbor? I don't know. All these crazy riddles. I got to go back. Freedom Fighter. Read your tweets. Salute. Thank you so much, Freedom Fighter. Thank you. Thank you. If we can just get to 500. If we could just get to 500 people, I'm going to go ahead and deactivate. Thank you, Walker Slam. Thank you. But, it's like, so Meadows, the leader of the conservative House, is also the chairman of the House Oversight Subcommittee and Government Operations. The panel is set to hold an investigation hearing next week on the status of the foundation. By the way, John Huber didn't even show up. You talk about a guy that not only not trust, he didn't call back the whistleblowers because they're like, hello, I'm here to speak to Huber. I just want to be heard. Hello? I was told to trust you by Reddit. Voicemail? That's like the 10th voicemail I've left. This was like, and even Paul Sperry was like, oh, it's a head fake. Like, just done. Sessions is like, you know what's even better than a special counsel? A guy named John Huber. Yeah, he's really, really good. He's actually a super duper special counsel. Yes. No, you don't need Mueller banging doors open and indicting everyone that even moves for jaywalking. No, without any evidence. No, you need John Huber to do nothing. Yeah, trust him. He's absolutely fantastic. If 8chan, hey, listen, if 8chan says you should trust him, then shouldn't you trust him? Huh? I rest my case. This is what we're relegated to. Do you understand? How come you never you don't see Democrats going through Reddit, you know what I mean? But anyway, I can go on forever regarding that. Sessions is no longer there, and Huber did nothing. There is no egg. Believe me, if there was egg on my face, it would be good for me. Oh my God, do you know how happy I'd be if Sessions is like, you see what I did? Yeah, indictment, what's up? I would love it. I would love it. I would be so happy. Huber is no longer there. No longer there. Riddles. Nobody works with riddles. Nobody works with riddles. Why is it that nobody works with riddles on the 5th day of January? Go Alpha World Watch. Relax, HA. Go benching. I hope egg will be on face. I hope indictment will be on Clinton, but, that might take a little while. Alpha World Watch. It'll happen, but it won't be because, thank you, Patrick. Tribbett, thank you, Patrick. Alpha World Watch, thank you. U.S. Attorney John Huber was tasked to investigate the foundation last year by then Attorney General Jeff Sessions. John Huber is in the Bahamas now on a vacation. The Clinton Foundation consistently has maintained that it's charity and that it is a charity and never traded on Hillary Clinton's position as a diplomat, even though money increased. When she held from 2009 to 2013, the organization has a 4-star rating from Watchdog. So what? Charity Navigator has touted its mission. However, the Hill reported Thursday that prosecutors working for Huber recently requested documents from a private investigative firm and also has been looking into the foundation. The firm, MDA Analytica LLC, reportedly has contracted the IRS, the Justice Department, the FBI's Little Rock office with evidence from its own investigation. So when it goes down, thank Judicial Watch, MDA Analytics, the whistleblowers, and, if you could find Huber wherever he is. We don't want to bother you, Huber. Don't want to bother you, John Huber. Wherever you are, we're waiting. In addition, the Hill reported that a whistleblower submission filed with the FBI. So the whistleblowers are going around Huber. They're like, this guy is not helping at all. Let me just contact these people myself. In addition, the Hill reported that a whistleblower submission filed with the FBI and IRS in August 2017 included internal legal reviews that the Clinton Foundation conducted between 2008 and 2011. Those reviews raised concerns about legal compliance and improper mingling of personal and charity business. Well, the Podesta emails already said it was Bill Clinton Inc. There's already one guy in the Podesta email said, oh yeah, 500 conflicts of interest. According to, oh my God, Democratic representative. Oh, here we go. Let's not even, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to say the name because then like YouTube doesn't like that. The leader of Germany during World War II who murdered millions and millions and millions of people. This Democratic representative is comparing Trump to this monster. Okay, Trump brought home Americans. He's bringing home Americans from conflict. Very different. Obama destroyed Libya. So you want to talk about Democrats like Obama? If you want to make ridiculous comparisons, they're more apt with people like Bush and Obama, not Trump. George Rivera Jr. George Rivera Jr. I'm holding my Hillary 100 and my savings account Super Chat on Indictment Day. Thank you, George Rivera Jr. You're awesome. Happy New Year to you and your family, George Rivera Jr. Thank you so very much. And yeah, Happy New Year to you. And thank you for always watching. This year is going to be great. I mean, we're approaching 500. Nobody even got notification of this. And I didn't share it on any social media platforms. Pretty good. You know, kind of going off the grid. I'm trying to, can we get to 500 so I can deactivate my Twitter account? And I don't know. I kind of want to just deactivate it live on, you know, live here. But how many people saw my little, my Twitter messages? Press 1 if you saw my 24 last messages on Twitter. Press 1. Is this mic working? Yes. Do it at 400. I might have to do it at 400. The sheep follow. Mueller made Epstein a confidential informant. Thank you, everyone. Yep. Thank you, the sheep. George Rivera Jr., thank you. 1024. Thank you, Freedom Fighter. Thank you, everyone. Professor Chaos 19, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Yeah, so then according to the Hill report, MDA investigators met with Clinton Foundation CFO Andrew Counsel in late 2016. During the meeting, Counsel said that one of the biggest problems was Clinton's commingling and use of business and donated funds for his personal expenses. A separate interview memo stated that Bill Clinton mixes and matches his personal business with that of the foundation. Many people within the foundation have tried to caution him about this, but he does not listen, and there's really no talking to him. Well, it's not even that. It's like it's such an obvious, from UBS to Boeing to Haiti to weapons deals to 85 donors giving $156 million to Uranium One to a whole bunch of Morocco, a whole bunch of, you know, money flows into the Clinton Foundation and a beneficial outcome takes place. If this was Trump, they would put their little suspicion caps on and, oh my God, let's connect the dots. Meanwhile, they're like, this one article is like, Trump asked Putin to help him, and this was illegal by saying that that the Russians should give us Clinton's 33,000 deleted emails. But the deleted emails were supposed to be about yoga and wedding planning. So, like, where's the... Of course they weren't. They were all Clinton Foundation nonsense. Last week, Fox reported that the Clinton Foundation donations plunged in the wake of Hillary Clinton's loss. The filings showed the foundation took in $26 million in 2017, a 60% drop from the $62 million. 58% drop. A spokesman for the foundation told the New York Post that drop was largely attributed to the absence of sponsorship and membership contributions. However, Meadows said the donation drop raises concerns their operations were not above board, as the American people have been led to believe. Well, nobody believes it. Even Democrats don't believe it. They just, look, 2019, everyone needs to understand something, okay? Okay, whenever we look at the possibility of pay-to-play by government officials, current format demands answers, and anyone who uses public office to sell access for their own financial benefit must be held accountable. Look. Sylvie, thanks for mentioning the show, brother. Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure, and thank you. And thank you. Everyone again. Let me get to my Twitter, which I haven't deleted yet, but I will. I'm trying to get to 500. Can we get to 500? Can we get to 500 here? Oh, 500. Like, I'll be like one of those heroic episodes. Louis DeSilvio is a wonderful gentleman who emailed me. Heroic episodes. This is for veterans. If you're a veteran, please pay attention. A dramatic TV series providing a platform for veterans to submit their real stories for content consideration for shows and episodes. Follow them on Twitter. I won't be on Twitter, but if you're on Twitter, follow them. They're at Heroic Episodes. So follow them on Twitter if you're still on Twitter. So yeah, at Heroic Episodes. This is Heroic Episodes. Check it out. Is there a it's heroicepisodes.org. So it's just on Twitter, Heroic Episodes, HeroicEpisodes.org. Great website, by the way. Great website. TV series in development, jobs for veterans, tribute and honor. Very cool. Very cool. Creator Lisa Regina, producers Joe Dames, Michael Mazzio, and Denise Desenco. Military consultants here: Joseph E. Dames, Leslie Nicole Smith, Dennis P. Donegan Jr. All right. So yeah, definitely check that out. All right. 4:57. We're almost there. Freedom Fighter, thank you. I wouldn't mind that. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. We are almost there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're almost at 500. Can we get to 500 so I can deactivate this thing here? You know what I'm going to do? Go to settings and privacy. It says deactivate your account right here. Wow. How long have I been on this horrible platform? Oh my God. I don't even want to tell you. Joined May 2014. What a waste of 5 years. Oh my God. It feels so good. If I could just get to 500 viewers, I can do it. But I'm not going to do it until I get 500 viewers. Oh, 445. There you go. Nah, I'm going to deactivate my Gab also. And my Minds. 48 minutes. Yeah, everyone, you know. American Patriot. Only if it's right for everyone, you know, only if it's right for you. Whenever we looked at the possibility of pay to play by government officials. So, I mean, this is, you know, look. The Trump DOJ needs to, they need to, you know, Trump says shutdown will continue as long as it takes to secure border. Hey, like I said in my last segment, it's Democrats who can't It's Democrats who cannot. Pelosi on to go nothing for the wall. Good, then you'll have a shutdown forever. So, then people will be paid what, a couple of years from now. You won't be able to do anything. It's not like Trump doesn't really need Trump doesn't need the House, although he needs the House to sign to get through prison reform. But that's supposed to be like a liberal, a cause. One would think. Trump needs to be tough, and he cannot give in. He cannot give in. He cannot give in. And there's no way he can do that. There's no way he can give in. Oh my God, my blocked accounts on Twitter. This is hilarious. It's like this is the hallmark of it's like endless. I have hundreds of people I blocked. Oh my God. It's hilarious. This is hilarious. They're all self-righteous, just trolls. No. What? A little less than 100. Or maybe a little less than 60. Twitter is like, All right, press 1 if you just want me to deactivate the Twitter account right now, which I'll do if you want me to. Press 1 if you want me to deactivate this Twitter account live. And then I'll do my sessions talking to Brennan. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. Let's see. This is going to feel good. Oh, my goodness. It feels good. Hold on one second. All right. So click on deactivate your account. This will deactivate your account. You're about to start the process of deactivating your Twitter account. Your display name, username, and public profile will no longer be viewable on Twitter.com, Twitter for iOS, Twitter for Android. What else you should know? You can restore your Twitter account if you accidentally or wrongly deactivate it for up to 30 days after deactivation. Some account information may still be available. If you want to change your username, you don't need to deactivate your account. To use your current username, if you want to download your Twitter data, you need to complete both the request, and download form. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pressing. Oh, here we go. I make you go through your account is now deactivated. Sorry to see you go. # goodbye. That is lovely. I am so. Oh, I feel like a burden's been lifted from my shoulders. Oh my God. That feels so good. This is great. This is absolutely great. I am no longer on Twitter, and it's so great. Because, look, there's nothing that Twitter does for anyone other than just you're stuck with people who hate you, and you're stuck with people who like you, but at the same time, you're in this like fishbowl or this little platform or arena, or it's kind of like being all huddled in a football field, and then half the football field is like people who just hate you, and then obviously you can go on their side, they can go on your side. It's like this giant dodgeball game on social media, but with no rules. Your account is now deactivated. Sorry to see you go. # goodbye. I'm not sorry that I left. Trust me. Um, the Yahtzee. H8, post something bad about how I let them bang. Become a martyr. I mean, I was thinking of that, but I did my 24, MMR 13. No, I won't, because I actually never enjoyed it. I never enjoyed the, it's addicting. It's an addictive thing. It is sailing Florida. It is a great way to start the year because, so now it's, I am off of Twitter. Now let me see if I type in my name on. Nice. Sorry, that page doesn't exist. Nice. That's great. Yep, deactivated my Twitter. Very happy about that. Very, very, very happy about that. This is good. No more Facebook, no more Twitter. They don't help me at all. And, they didn't even help, like, the articles that were going viral, like a lot of my articles, a heck of a lot of my articles went viral. We're talking like hundreds of thousands of Facebook likes and shares per article in 2016. Like one had 700,000. I'm not joking. My Hill articles would be like 250,000 Facebook likes and hundreds of thousands of Facebook shares. Salon too, 20, 30,000 Facebook likes, something like, but it wasn't because of Facebook. It wasn't because of Twitter. Like I would share it, we get retweeted a lot or it would get liked a lot on Facebook, but that didn't for articles that didn't do anything, for videos that didn't do anything, for, it's not like they could be liked or shared a lot on Twitter and Facebook, and it wouldn't, thank you, Amy in Connecticut. Thank you. It is a tear. It's a tear of joy. Yeah, Randy, it is. This is great. It's like, it's a great feeling. And Awake Canadian, thank you. It's a great feeling in Professor Chaos 19. Exactly. It's good that that I'm starting the year, because I now have, there's no way I can get into an argument with a hate-filled stranger now, because in real life, I don't walk around, arguing with people. And in real life, people don't, argue with others. It just doesn't happen. It only happens on social media. And I can't stand when people they're like, oh, social media is so important. No, it's not. No, it's not. Like the signs you see on street corners, like, this is honest work. I'm not dissing anyone. But the signs you see, hey, going on a business sale, and it's like they're dressed in like some kind of suit or whatever, or some kind of costume, and they have this big pointing sign. That's true, VB Beach. That's true. Honest work. I'm not dissing anybody. What I'm saying is, like, what is my point? Gosh, I missed my. Anyway, that's like Twitter is kind of like that. It's always like these different, like, hey, look here, look there, look here, look there, and then you're like, oh no. Then it's like 90% of the time, definitely Trump 2020. But I can see the tweets, without logging on Twitter. So, no, my antivirus software would hurt. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. Have a great, great, great day. I will be back, of course. Check out my upload. By the way, hold on one second. There is an upload that I have. And there's an upload right here. Mitt Romney condemns Trump in petulant Washington Post op-ed. So thank you so very much. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you.